okay? And the name is Russell L. Blaylock. And the website is by lloydwright.org. It's important because, first of all, you can find even in other websites, interferon is only given in very, very small dose because Mujik said, oh, my father only had 2 injections. Aside from the fact that when he talked to me, he said he had 3. But guess what? The maximum dose of interferon is 4. It's usually 1, and the maximum is 4. So 3 or even 2 is still enough to do damage. In this article about the harmful effect, it basically says that the patient will die of brain injury, widespread brain injury. Before they die, they go insane, they try to commit suicide, or they become a murderer, all sorts of different things. But basically, he is widespread brain damage. But apparently also had other organ damage. So interferon, I don't see how it's even allowed to exist. And that does tremendous damage to the patient, but it's okay. It's okay to take it because the MD said you should. And then, when things backfire, oh, well, but you can always blame Lase Med Inc. Obviously, because they are not MDs, so. That's absolutely ridiculous. And by the way, about doing something for money, another patient of mine that had melanoma was told that his melanoma was totally out of control. They couldn't stop it. They said he should have interferon, okay? And they were going to put him in hospital and do a slow drip. 1 slow drip of interferon, but because they were going to keep him in the hospital to keep an eye on him. Do you know what the bill of that would have been to the insurance company? $90,000. This is so much for people doing it for money. That is a fact. Okay, I'm sure it was California prices, maybe in other states are a little less, but $90,000, let's not be ridiculous. Okay? And then I get attacked. That's just absolutely absurd. But as you said, as far as the privacy is concerned, they're the only one that are posting name. I'm not. I'm just answering the ridiculous attack that are full of lies. But I never mention any names.
I guess we could include privacy. We could go back and include privacy in the Sanjay arguments then, because, like I said, they changes. Them arguments, they change as they go on, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So,
convenient.
I think your old boy, alien feller.
Yeah.
I think he put up some arguments. I think he put up some arguments again, though, on a couple of them blogs, because I was starting to get worried about him because he just kind of shut up, you know. But
yeah.
R. Simmons and some number. There you go again. A name with a number after it, you know.
But see, the thing is that whenever. It's ridiculous because whenever he says something that are facts, just like when he posts something that are facts, okay, and the hyperlink she gave him, instead of saying anything, she gave him an hyperlink, find out about interferon. That's what she said. That's all she gave him. But even what the webmaster said, okay, every time he says something, what you say doesn't count because we know who you are. Okay, what does that mean?
Huh.
That's the most ridiculous argument I ever heard. We know who you are, so what you say doesn't count. So that's what they were trying to do with the Win Lotto. Once we know who you are, your statement don't count. And that's what it is. They don't want any positive argument, any positive stories. They don't want anything like, because once you have it, that brings the whole attacks down, okay? It just doesn't make any sense. And this expert, MD that are expert, look into the history of success of chemoradiation, please. Look into that. And then you'll have your conclusion. Okay, next. What's the next attack?
Well, let's see. This was going to actually lead into something, because I copied this one down because, and I think it might be your boy, but he done learned to make up a nickname. Somebody posting under the name Who Cares? I wanted to read this one to you because I think it's a pretty good and okay. knowing the way Dr. Henderson's website goes, it may not be up there very long. I don't know, but it starts out. Michelle Wolven is a paid agent provocateur. For all of you reading this blog, please understand fully what you are reading. This is a coordinated slander campaign being directed at the highest level by a corrupt Arkansas medical school that tried to steal Lase Med's technology over 20 years ago. Even tried to put out a press release claiming the stolen methodology as their own within the last 2 years. And their lapdog attorney in Arkansas, one Will Bond, and 2 California women on whose behalf they are sponsoring a lawsuit that has no standing, for the sole purpose of bad press to spread far and wide, as they know that the case hasn't got a leg to stand on. Michelle Wolven is their get-it person, slanderer-in-chief, as it were.
Okay, we need to continue this after the break because we got another break coming up. Okay.
Okay,
we're back after the break again, and Arnie is still with us, and he hasn't finished reading us the blog he found from, I have no idea who cares is, but...
It kind of sounds like somebody who knows something. That's why I think it might be your boy just using a different name. I don't know.
have no idea. That I have no idea. But it's an interesting name.
I'll pick up where I left off then. It says Michelle Wolven is their get-it person, slanderer-in-chief, as it were. On another blog post from April, she wrote, I am helping the lawyers along with blank find lots of Dr. Carpenter's victims. Michelle Wolven has made a career of provoking and agitating on a group scale. First as a pro-life bullhorn, protesting Planned Parenthood clinics, dragging her kids along, putting them in harm's way with signs in their hands, screaming, filing bogus police reports when escorts looked at her the wrong way. Some say even the torching of a clinic. A Google search of her name will reveal articles from her home state illustrating all this. The pro-choice movement in Georgia called her the anti from hell. Now she's hit the big time as a paid stooge for the big money in the cancer industry. This has earned, and this is the part I like, this has earned her the nickname Dr. Sanjay Wolven. He took one of my stuff and he's using it. Strangely enough, Dr. Sanjay is also involved in a recent fad in sugar pill quackery, pyramid marketed as a cure for cancer. From what I understand, Dr. Sanjay has no degree. Dr. Sanjay and her cohorts have systematically harassed and tried to intimidate anyone of Lase Med's ex-patients who have tried to come forward with positive results on any forum, be it on here, on her YouTube page, wherever. One example of their vile harassment and ridicule can be found on Lase Med Inc's YouTube channel in the patient interview entitled Marita. Another such ex-patient can be found on the Shut Down Lase Med Inc. channel on the page of her first video. This patient has posted on the comment board the harassing messages that she received as a result of having the gall to say anything positive about Lase Med. Now they are threatening her. We want to know your name. In the case of criminal investigation, we can get it, you know. Dr. Sanjay and her cohorts have stooped to subhuman levels of uncouthness as far as we are concerned. Then she has the gall to say, where are the success stories? The world is waiting. In any case, please understand the full implications of buying into Dr. Sanjay's propaganda, because that's exactly what it is, propaganda. Now,
it's not just propaganda. It's also an attempt to limit people's freedom. You should be free to choose what kind of treatment you want, and you should not be given misinformation on everything that is different from what they want to give you.
Well, now see, now that I just read this, I didn't plan on doing this, but I just went back to the page, and Sanjay's already put up a rebuttal. You want to hear it? I know you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.